Minor League Baseball playoffs have begun as the Bowling Green Hot Rods are taking on the Greensboro Grasshoppers tonight at 6:35. This is a 5-game series as the series is tied 1-1 going into Game 3. For News 40, I'm Chris Beasmore. WKU will be facing off against UT Martin this Thursday, September 2nd. How did that feel for you to be able to get UK to the first ever bowl since 2011?
It felt great. To be quite honest with you, I did not want to play that Austin Peay game.
The Bowling Green Hot Rods are taking on the Rome Braves tonight at 6:35 as the home team looks to extend their 10-game win streak and set their franchise record of 11 straight wins. This question is for Destin. I know you can play both QB or safety, but what do you think with the new offensive coordinator, Liam Cohen, giving you a chance to play QB next year?
It just means a lot for him just giving me a chance to show my skills and give me opportunity just to showcase them up there at the next level.
Both Zappy and Stearns are looking to get WKU its first win on the gridiron since Week 1 this Saturday against the UTSA Roadrunners. And this afternoon, we hit the streets of South Georgia to find out who you, the fans, think is going to win tomorrow's big game and why. The Tennessee Titans are coming off a huge win against their divisional foes, the Indianapolis Colts. And like Chris Rippey said, this Hilltopper team is new and improved. WKU is looking to get back to the CSA Finals for a 4th year in a row, and a big piece of the puzzle is returning for another season. 5th-year senior guard Josh Anderson decided to return to Diddle Arena for one last ride. He has 2 main goals for this upcoming year after falling short last season.
You know, after we lost, it was kind of heartbreaking just to go through that, 3 years in a row for me. So personally, I wanted to come back and obviously win a championship and also just to finish my degree. So that was the main 2 reasons for coming back.
WKU head coach Rick Stansbury says he has seen many improvements in Anderson's play and is excited to see him return this year.
I feel very comfortable with him when he releases the ball. I couldn't have said that 2 years ago. Just hold the back of your head 2 years ago. Now I have confidence in him, and it's going to show on his play. So we're excited to have Josh back. He's always been a great person.
With Anderson getting better on the court, he must show leadership as he is the oldest member of the team.
I feel like just showing up to practice every day, day in and day out, and bringing a lot of energy and just giving the younger guys, any knowledge or tips that I could put them on game with and just make sure, that they don't take anything for granted because, time will go by. And also just every game, just doing what I can to make sure we get a win.
Anderson wants to make sure he capitalizes on this upcoming year to reach his goal of winning the CSA championship.
Day in and day out, I want to go to work. I try to go to work with my teammates and just make sure I get something out of the day. Whether it's getting my body right with training in the training room or, getting in the gym and working on my game.
We will see Josh Anderson tomorrow night on the court for the season tip-off against Alabama State. Chris Beasmore, News 40, Bowling Green. The main message that student-athletes were wanting people to understand is that they can be the change.
Take a stand for yourself. The more you take a stand for yourself and the more that we all come together as a campus and start here. So the more that we start here, the bigger that the picture will come to whatever we can do outside of us.
Many athletes shared their story of how they grew up being colored and how they felt judged.
I realized that I struggled with self-confidence because I was the only black girl in my group, I was the ugly one, I was the stupid one, I was the loud one, and all of these stereotypes were given to me, and I felt like I couldn't be outside of the stereotypes.
Not only do the athletes want to be supported for the game they play, but they also want to feel welcomed outside their sport as well.
Don't celebrate the success we give you while wearing our jerseys if you can't celebrate who we are without wearing the same jersey.
While Ashley Leonard helped to organize the protest, the WKU football team held a walkout to address social injustice issues.
Appreciate, Coach Helen and the guys, the team, and all the coaching staff, sitting there and actually, talking about these things. And one big thing is we're not going to stop here. We're going to try to keep on developing and pushing more.
The student-athletes hope to continue to lead a change on campus. They say they need everyone at WKU to work together to make that happen.
It means a whole lot. It shows that people have your back no matter, what color you are. You got to be united for a change. That's the only way to start, United we stand, divided we fall. Must always be united in everything we do.
For News and Channel 12, I'm Chris Beasmore.
We are going to go back to Smith Stadium where Chris Beasmore is joining us with one last look at tomorrow's game. Chris, what's going on?
Devon, and like Chris Rippey said, this Hilltopper team is new and improved. Both the offensive and defensive coordinator position have been changed, with Maurice Crum leading the defense while Zach Kitley will be in charge of the Hilltoppers offense. Quarterback Bailey Zapp is expected to play tomorrow after transferring from Houston Baptist in the offseason. Another big change for WKU will be the opportunity for a larger amount of fans to return to Smith Stadium. Last season there were little to no opportunities for tailgates for Hilltopper fans. But this area right here on South Lawn will be full of tailgaters tomorrow before the game kicks off. Back to you guys at the Studio 2.
Chris, thank you, and we will be sure to tune into the Extra Point next week for highlights and insights on the game.
The Hilltoppers improved to 3-4 after a series win against Cincinnati last weekend at Nick Dean's Field. In the first game of the series, it was scoreless going into the 4th inning, but Cincinnati finally got on the scoreboard. The Tops got going in the 7th and forced extra innings. The Hilltoppers won late in the 12th inning thanks to an RBI by Eric Riff.
Felt great. I mean, that was my second time coming up in the same situation. So didn't get it done the first time, but the second time happened to get it done. So it feels really good.
In the second game, Cincinnati had a 3-0 lead going into the bottom of the 7th inning, where WKU scored 4 runs, with Ray Zuber hitting a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cincinnati eventually tied the game, but Davis Sims would eventually hit the pop fly to score Ty Krittenberger in the bottom of the 9th inning to win the game.
It felt great. I'm glad that I can come through in those opportunities, but I was glad I could come in and do the job.
In the final game, the Tops stood no chance as the Bearcats won the game 11-3.
They give them credit. They swung the bats well and they pitched well in game 2. But overall, when you, like you mentioned, you win 2 out of 3 against a very good team.
For the Extra Point, I am Chris Beasmore. Welcome to the Extra Point Sports Minute. I'm Chris Beasmore. High school seniors will be given an extra year for eligibility for academics and athletics. Kentucky Senate unanimously passed Bill 128 this week. The bill allows any high school seniors to apply for an extra year of school in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. This bill will impact kids in athletics, but also students who look to better their GPA and test scores as well. This means any senior can opt to play an additional season of their respective sport. This is seen as an opportunity to help kids get attention and scholarships they could have otherwise gotten. Warren Central Athletic Director Jason Esters says this will play a large impact for local teams and especially the younger players for these programs.
I think the underclassmen will be affected greatly, not only from the high school perspective, but also from the college perspective. That's another very interesting topic. You think about all the student athletes at the college level that have gained that extra eligibility. Those are scholarships that are already taken up, and colleges aren't going to be able to offer additional scholarships. So students coming out of high school right now are going to lose out on scholarship opportunities.